The Hebrew Bible, a translation with commentary. And this translation is by Robert Alter. So Alter is one of the few individuals who has translated the entire Hebrew Bible, or the Tanakh, or the Old Testament, depending on who you talk to. And so that consists of the 5 books of Moses, which the Jewish people call the Torah, and the prophets and the rest of the writings. So they have been translated millions of times, usually by committee or by different groups of people who come together. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying as a point of interest, this one, and only maybe 1 or 2 others, as far as I know, has been translated entirely by one person. I'm sure that there are pros and cons to that. I have some other of his translations of bits and pieces of the Bible. I have one of the 5 books of Moses, and I've got one of, like Job, or the King David story and Psalms or something like that. Just a few little pieces. This is all put together, which it's been out a few years, but I haven't done a video on it yet. Anyway, I find his translations to be very sort of modern, but not too modern, and I really like them. In short, what's really fascinating is the commentary that goes with it, and so I'll show you a little bit about that. I'm not a believer, and so his take of the Bible as literature is interesting to me. Sort of like he's not trying to show you that this is the word of God, or that or that these prophets spoke what came true later, or anything like that, but from a literary point of view. So look, the Hebrew had a lot of repetition in this way, and the Hebrew called back to earlier motifs or whatever, that kind of a thing. And so he wants to try to make sure that we capture that in his translation, and to whatever success he has. Okay, I'll just show you the inside or I'll show you the outside, and then I'll show you a bit of the inside. So it comes in this massive slipcover. This is a big, hefty thing here. One side of the slipcover. And then each of the books comes with a dust jacket that is kind of pretty and interesting. But of course, the magic is really inside. When you take the dust jacket off, they're not very special. They are all different colors, and so you can sort of decide, do you want the dust jacket or not? It's the age-old question on your shelves. The binding seems solid enough, and so let me show you what I'm talking about. You can pretty much turn anywhere. And you have a little bit of text and a lot of commentary. A little bit of text and a lot of commentary. A tiny bit of text and a lot of commentary. And this is what it's like throughout the book. Oh, there's one where there's more text than commentary on both of these pages. It's fairly unusual. Just a few words here and then a lot of words down here. Well, I find that really interesting. I mean, I'm reading the Bible, as I say, I'm reading the Bible not as a believer, but as someone who's interested in it culturally and in a literaturely. What's the adverb there? I'm interested in it for its literature, for its cultural impact, for the stories that get referred to all the time, even in our modern day. And so I really like all the commentaries. First of all, it helps you understand the translation, or why he made certain choices for the translation. Why did he use this word instead of that word? Why did, and maybe something about what the ancient writers were thinking about as best we can tell, or, what their lives were like at the time when they wrote this, so that, it can try to put you into some kind of context of what's going on there. All right, so all the books are like this. I find them really interesting. The commentary, I also find, I do find the translation interesting, and I suppose I could sit and sort of compare different sections of this translation versus other translations, and maybe I'll do that sometime. But that's not usually what I'm doing here on this channel, so I'm not sure I'll ever do that. But in any case, that's what this is. So it's the entire Hebrew Bible translated into these sort of thick volumes. The smallest one is the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, weighing in about close to 700 pages. And the biggest one is the Prophets, which is over something like 1,100 pages or something like that. Oh, boy, was I wrong. 1345, 1373, 1394, so closer to 1,400. Thump, thump, thump. They're big. And I put the case somewhere. The Hebrew Bible, a translation with commentary by Robert Alter.